Fellas, the most electric moment in baseball history happened because of a 40-year-old Australian man wearing a fedora and a middle-of-the-road reliever decided to have a closer song that took the nation by storm. Is this the new recipe for success in the gross of baseball? Well, what do we think? Do we think Mariano Rivera would have been even more dominant if Metallica was shredding out in Monument Park? I'm going to go to Kevin first. I know he's got a couple of thoughts on Timmy Trumpet. Not trumpets, trumpet, singular.
Yeah, it's great. What a great story. Great for the Mets, Great. Love the Mets. Right? Can't get enough of Timmy Trumpet, Edwin Diaz, who's probably juicing. We're going to hear about the 80-game suspension a little bit later.
If Timmy Trumpet came out at a Metallica concert or, a death metal concert of you went to in Maryland, do you immediately leave that concert?
The only thing Timmy Trumpet should be playing, and it's like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, right? Well, let's be honest, man. The trumpet is not cool. The trumpet is not a cool instrument. When have you ever heard anybody say anything good about the trumpet?
Louis Armstrong looked cool playing the trumpet.
I don't know, man. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the trumpet, unless you're in a ska band,
I think it's probably guitar.
Yeah.
It's probably bass or drums, guitar, drums, bass.
Yeah, there's no way you're putting bass. Like
Saxophone.
the bass players are like the brunt of the jokes, man. They never get any love for anything. Saxophone's not bad. I mean, Bill Clinton played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall's show back in 1991. But let's be honest, man. This isn't like, it's Edwin Diaz, man. It's not like he's okay, 2-time All-Star. He stumbled into a career year. This isn't like Aaron Judge coming out. Like, is Edwin Diaz the newest superstar just because we stumbled into a viral, moment here that people seem to like? I get it, dude. Listen. I wrote what I thought was a pragmatic and fair
very pragmatic
for the site. And I said,
very
it's good
pragmatic
for baseball. People are talking about baseball. Okay, you got a viral thing here. What's the biggest complaint about baseball? Right, it's marketing. People aren't talking about the stars. They're not talking about moments. They're not finding their way on the Sports Center. They're not making inroads on social media. Mike Trout doesn't give a shit about marketing himself. Okay, so now we got a big baseball moment here. Let's ride it, It's also the Mets. It's a 40-year-old dude wearing a fucking fedora playing the trumpet, okay? It doesn't do anything for the Phillies. The only Phillies fans who care about Timmy Trumpet are Phillies fans who care about the game of baseball. I want to see the game be marketed and want to see it be out there, right? But no Phillies fan in their right mind otherwise would give half a shit about Timmy Trumpet and the Edwin Diaz like walk-in. Okay, it's great. It doesn't do anything. Does stuff good for baseball.
Good for
baseball. Doesn't do anything for the Phillies.
So your main gripe is you can't believe there's a 40-year-old man, Australian man at that, who did say when Edwin Diaz comes out onto the pitch and not onto the field when he was being interviewed.
Yeah.
Your biggest gripe is a 40-year-old man playing a trumpet in a fedora.
I don't know, man. I just can't. I can't get behind that. I'm glad that the spectacle is something good for baseball. I'm glad we're talking about it. We have a viral moment. Maybe this is like a turning point for baseball to understand that, hey, you got to grab these moments and go with it. But otherwise, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like New York Mets fans clapping along to a doofus wearing a top hat. It's like, come on, man.
Russ, what do you think about all this Timmy Trumpet stuff?
I think Kevin just took about 7 minutes to say nothing, is what I think. And it's fitting. It's fitting because he's here wearing a West Virginia
shirt.
Hold
on one second, though, because you are the king. No, you're the king of saying 7 minutes of nothing.
Hold on. You're the host. Hold on. West Virginia is about to do nothing tonight against Pitt. I don't even like Pitt. All right? And Kevin is getting himself mentally prepared for the downfall of his, I can't even say overrated program. How they continue to exist despite doing nothing, I don't know. But Kevin's the whole problem here is that Kevin went onto the site. Kevin went onto the site and misrepresented what got him into this mess in the first place.
Give some people the background. We do have a Slack channel, a Slack chat, I guess.
And so look,
we had probably a good 20-minute conversation about fighting.
I got fired up because here we are, on the sports betting side of things with our team, right? College football kicks off tonight. Right, so we're out here writing about all the different promos. We're writing all kinds of content about that because people are hyped for the start of college football. And I see Kincaid once again crapping on something that makes people happy. Now, are they Mets fans that are happy? Sure. Do I want Mets fans to be happy? No. But, Kevin, don't let facts get in the way of an argument. If you look at the Crossing Broad tweet, and I don't know who's behind the board today, but there's who's like controlling the board. But if you pull up the Crossing Broad tweet from today about how people react to Timmy Trumpet coming out and playing Edwin Diaz, it's not just like 300 people saying, F the Mets, we hate the Mets, this is dumb. There's a bunch of people saying, I hate the fact that I like this, or I hate the fact that this is actually pretty cool. And let's not act for a second that if this had happened in Philadelphia, that we wouldn't have been all in on it. Now, Kincaid would have been consistent. He would have crapped on it anyway. But the rest of us would have absolutely loved it. And so I just don't get it. Kevin doesn't like the fedora because Kevin can't pull off a fedora. He looks great in a baseball cap. I bet Kevin can pull off a bowler hat pretty well. But let's not crap on the fedora. Don't let that get in the way. Timmy Trumpet. I learned this today, and I don't know if Dave wants to pull this up, but Timmy Trumpet's actually trained, went to a conservatory in Australia, is a legitimate classically trained and I believe also jazz trained musician.
Who gives a shit?
It adds context here. And so you know what? Good for Timmy Trumpet.
Well, this is funny because if we just pulled up the Who, what's your thoughts on Timmy Trumpet? The first one goes, he blows.
Well, he does. You have to blow air into the horn. So it's totally right.
There you go.
I mean, come on. I hate that I like it. There you go. So I just look at this and I say, you know what? It's good for the game. And I'm Mr. Baseball is a dead or dying sport. And I think it's actually fine. But here's the thing. And somebody, it was Investor Jeff, dropped this in, and he's 100% right. We should embrace this as Phillies fans. Why? Because imagine how great it's going to be in the playoffs when Edwin Diaz comes in to Timmy Trumpet playing that song, Narco, and guess what happens? He blows the save.
Yeah.
Then we get a big LOL Mets moment. And that is why we have to get behind this.